Yo, what's going on, guys? Your boy DK back here with another Lost Cloudia video. Today we're going to be going over Roy, my current build for Roy. Now for Roy, I do have several builds that I am working with. I do have an INT, an STR based, kind of Roy, but my main build is based on INT. So just in case it comes down to that point where the player does not have the certain skills to actually build him INT, there are other several ways, and I will definitely kind of go through that along with y'all, because I will build him INT and strength to see what the comparisons of exactly what we're working with. He's a pretty basic build, so this shouldn't take too long. We'll be demonstrating an INT build, an SCR build, and then we'll also go ahead and show you what I'm running. If you didn't watch my current video, go check it out. We'll be running a farming Roy as well that I've currently been working on. It's very simple, but I'll also show you, where the items that I'm using, what arcs I'm using. We'll go into detail about that as well. All right, guys, so this is gonna be my Roy build. Currently, he's kind of a hybrid, and I'll demonstrate why. Not demonstrate, but I'll show you why I'm actually even kind of calling him that. I can actually change that on the fly to where he's full INT. But we'll go into that here in a second. So right now he is fully awakened and enhanced. So 5-star, 6 awakened, and then a fully unlocked board. For some people who haven't enhanced him just yet, we'll go ahead and show you what you get when you do, because this stuff is hidden prior to you enhancing them to 5. So we do have Flame Alchemist, which is fire damage, fire attack damage plus 40%, a fire damage cap plus 4k. When using a skill with alchemy, damage plus 20%, and damage cap plus 2k. So guys, he is stacked on damage cap. I'm digging it. We also have a plus 70 on attack. And then I'll turn you into cinders is one of his skills. It goes 4-star. We'll just call it star for the moment. We have a 750 on health, defense at 30. Another enhanced to one of his skills, a bit well done. Now, Enhanced 5 also awakens an MP plus 70 and a magic defense plus 50, along with Hero of Ishval. We also have a physical attack damage plus 6% per enemy at max 36%. When defeating an enemy every 30 seconds from battle start, physical damage cap plus 400 at max 4k. Doesn't reset over time. This is so much fun. It's great to see these damage caps climb as the waves go on. So at the very end, when you get to that boss wave, you should definitely be able to nuke pretty much anything in front of you, especially if they're weak against fire. The far left side is going to open up a magic INT plus 70, another skill increase, and then your SC cost to 90. Now this is a very new small mechanic that they've added. We've increased our SC cost from 80 to 90, so now we can add additional. As you can see here, they did give us prisms, so we were able to increase that to 96 now, which makes him even more of a monster than before. Now moving on to attribute resistances, as you can see, he is got a resistance of fire, weakness to ice, and then earth, lightning plus 10. What I like the most is this nil to stun. I'm a huge fan of nil stun. I do not like getting stunned. It's just a pain in the ass. Now if you want to go ahead and put on a curse, that's always really wise, because he actually relies on basically all his skills. So inputting a curse resist or curse nil. For those who don't know what curse is, it is something that's going to immobilize you from using skills. We don't want that happening with Roy. That's just going to completely handicap the character, and it's just not worth it. So if you guys want to do that, by all means, go for it. At least, well, if you're fighting a boss that's going to curse you, then yes, 100%. All my stats here are going to be based on my equipment that I'm currently running. So for equipment, we are running the Godblade Kagasuchi at plus 39. I've been a bit lazy on this, so I haven't got it to 40 just yet. Now this is why I say he's kind of a hybrid, because I'm pulling strength right here. Now I wouldn't say he's a full hybrid because of that, but I'm normally using the Skyfire Meteor Staff at plus 35, which does give me a very high INT as well at 226. But as of right now, the only reason why I'm using this is because of the crit rate and the physical attack damage plus 15%. And this is going to increase when I get it to 40 when I quit being lazy. So like I said, this will most likely change. Right now, currently, I am working him as a farmer. So this guy is basically my MP nuker. I'm using Bangle of Master Thief, which can be obtained in one of the ship SSR arcs. And then, of course, his paid weapon, which gives me an increase in damage cap at 2k. Fire attack crit rate plus 5. If enemy is weak to fire, then I get this special special and skill 2k cap. So I do really like my 2k caps, especially when it comes to paid accessories. This is definitely one of the highest ones that I've seen on a paid accessory. So really, really cool. I was able to snag that, and it also does benefit me because it is INT based. But currently, this is my current build. Now, like I said, this is only for multiplayer. Now, guys, I am constantly swapping this guy out. We'll go ahead and move into skills, and I'll kind of show you what I'm running as skills and how I kind of alternate these skills in and out of the unit. All right, guys, so now we're onto the skills. As you can see, I am using MP up, MP max. So this is going to help me increase my MP overall. As you can see, I do have that attack one. It's only because I had nothing else to put it on, and that one was just floating. So I was like, hey, why not? Because like I said, he does benefit from the strength, but he's more INT. I want to get the full effect of the thaumaturgy ring, which I'll show you here shortly, and that's a 20% increase. If I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's a 20% grab from INT into strength. So I'm going to build them straight INT as of right now, and of course if something does happen, we'll go ahead and change it. I will be demonstrating a full strength build just to kind of see, you guys can see the numbers and kind of make a decision on yourself. So basically, you can run them either or. Now, if you don't have what I have here currently, by all means run them strength. You're still going to get the same effect. I don't know if it's going to be like 100%. We're going to find that out here shortly, because I actually haven't really messed around with it too much because I do have all the INT stuff. So we'll go ahead and move on to that here shortly though. So right now I'm running all the magics. We have magic 2, 3, 4, max. It might be overkill. I haven't really messed with this cap too much, but this kit is just kind of just so good. I don't really need to play with it as much unless it's needed. Whether it be like an ice shield or a fire shield or a sorcerer's shield, you know, stuff like that you can add shortly. And that's what's so much fun about this character, is that you can just have the funnest time building this guy. Now, and that's what it's all about, right? So we also have magic defense up. Now the reason why I'm running that is because why not? A little bit of magic defense, because this kit isn't the absolute greatest on MND, so I went ahead and added a little bit to that. So we also, his free kit is very good as well. His kit is phenomenal for free. We have Arcane 3, Arcane up 4, which is either a new like kind of hybrid INT MP mixture. So we have an INT and MP plus 8%. And then INT and MP plus 10%. Now, MP is really important because of his alchemy. You want to have that high MP, but he also has an MP recovery, so it actually, you're just constantly building MP, wasting MP, building MP, wasting MP. So it's just like the funnest thing to do. Just picking up words here. So crit up, I went ahead and put a crit up on him. It's only a 2% increase. This is probably take it in and out every once in a while. I am not running any kind of aim bottles because, guys, he is capping without it. Now, I do see more whites and golds, so Proud Force does kind of get, I don't get as much as HP back as I would like. So, of course, you can edit your character to, if you want to build more MP and HP as you hit, then that's great too. I still think you would still cap. So, by all means, that's why I said his kit is so much fun, because you can constantly play with it, build it, you know, have fun with it. We also have illusion, chance for evading, physical attacks. Now here's where the most important thing I've started to realize how important this is, like, you know, months and months ago, but I just want to share it to make sure that everybody is aware of this. So killer and slayer, guys, when you're building your character, I definitely recommend you going for all your killers and slayers first. These are going to help you with any fight that you're currently going to be tackling, right? We already know Tricilla. For those of the newer players, Tricilla is going to be the covert gun Tricilla, and this guy is going to be a lifesaver for you guys. So for this, it is plus 40. If damage is originally reduced to enemies' attribute resistance, ignore that attribute resistance. So guys, this is going to be highly beneficial to pretty much any fight if you're using like especially a fire-based unit, right? Unless the enemy is weak to fire, then you can go ahead and run something else. Now, with that said, this right here, you definitely want slayers, right? So killer is going to be based on physical attacks, regular attacks, right? Slayer is going to be based on all physical attacks, so that's going to include skills, right? So that's why I say it kind of pick and choose. Like for Roy, you definitely want the slayers. I'm a big fan of Slayer. So just, you know, I always save between 8 and 9 SC for that simple fact, because there is one that does cost 9, which I believe it is Dragon Slayer, right? So it puts me 1 over. And that's why I kind of play, sorry, I lose my voice. And that's why I kind of play with this little 1-up right here. So if I needed to use a Dragon Slayer, I'll go ahead and dismantle that. But since I'm not using Dragon Slayer right now, and I'm using Insect for a couple bosses that I was fighting earlier, I'm going to go ahead and stick on Insect Slayer. Now, what's good about this also is it could be boosted with special boost, guys. Now, if you guys aren't aware of this either, is Killer and Slayer types get an enhance of 50%. So you definitely want to benefit the character by getting all this stuff right here. So for me, this is the first thing I do on my list because it is a little grindy, but at the end, it is really, really worth it. This bad boy does come with Human Slayer, so physical attacks against humans, soldiers, knights, snipers, and sorcerer. And then that special boost is going to help you out. Right now, I'm currently running sword equipped and machine equipped for Tricilla and that sword. He does have staff already, so if I wanted to switch to staff, I could for a full INT build. Of course, I do run, that was already there. We have Auto Aura. This is going to increase his magic, so INT. Wisdom Protection gives me a +5 to INT and defense and magic defense. So like I said, this kit benefits a lot of INT, and that's why I say go ahead and build him that way, because a lot is pulling for that. So he's really good at that in that area. But moving on to this skill right here, we have an auto regen, continuous regeneration effect, auto haste, which is going to help you boost your SCT so you can get those skills quicker. We have awaken, moonlight. I've always used moonlight with an INT build, so at max INT HP you get an increase of INT. So this is really good for Roy because he's at the back. He's actually labeled as a sniper, so he doesn't really move forward that much. So that means he's going to go ahead and maintain that HP, especially with Proud Force, healing them in the background. We also have the new Fire Mega Drive, fire physical attack and special damage plus 30%, and a fire physical and special damage cap at plus 2k. This guy is capping between 24 to 27k on hit. So very interesting, and the fact that he can slay from the back, like kind of like a support, not so much as a raw DPS up front and up close and personal. He just demolishes the field before anybody even gets to the enemy. So wild. He also comes with Fire Attack Race 2, which is a 30% increase to fire attack damage. Weak point boost. Now this is really good too when hitting a weak attribute, like if there's weakness to fire with a physical attack, they're going to get a plus 30% in damage. Pose of Glory is when defeating an enemy, slightly recover SCT. Pose of Honor. Now this is very important too. When you knock an enemy, you recover 5% of that MP. Battle End, recover MP. So like I said, you guys, this MP recovery is off the charts. It really is. And then Goddess Kiss is free. Insane. Regular tests have a chance to absorb plus 2% of MP. So if you're running phase change, you're going to get an increase, a boost to regular attack damage. And that's going to help you gain your Goddess Kiss as well. So if you guys want to run that too, you can. I'm a big fan of Maglion, but I kind of did a little bit of runs and I was like, he doesn't really need it. So I went ahead and did the phase change for the MP gain. Along with the Thaumaturgy Ring as a free. Now this is becoming one of my favorite things that has been introduced this year. This is a boost to physical attack based on INT, and that's why I say run this guy INT so that you can get that boost to physical. But like I said, guys, if you don't have it, don't worry about it. Run them STR, not a big deal. And then when you do get the INT stuff, go ahead and run them INT. That's just my personal opinion. If you guys want to do your own, by all means, have fun with it. Do what you guys got to do. Piercing physical attacks have a chance to greatly reduce enemy defenses. Dual wield, everybody knows that. Oh, I love how they edited this this information. Really cool. I'll refrain from saying, I'll just leave it out there so you guys can read it, but a lot of people already know what that is. We have machine boost and machine high boost. I do love this because of the -10. Yeah, the -10. This is machine equipped physical attack power plus 20 when physically attacking, enemy defense -10%. And deal damage. So it's I actually really like that. Machine boost is very similar, but just a lower cost. We have quick trigger, which is really good. Start a battle, you get 1 stock. Sharp eyes. I thought this was going to be a little bit draining for him, but it actually isn't. I leave it on. It's really good. You gain your MP back so fast. Demon Throne. This is one of my favorites. Since I am running kind of like a burst build, and I'll show you guys why I say burst build. I'll explain to you first is that I'm running a Great War of Ruin, which automatically sets my special to max. So as soon as the battle starts on wave 1, I go ahead and launch that, and I get an instant 30% in physical damage. So that's going to help me out. And then we also have Reinforce, which is going to be another 30% because of that special gauge, and this is going to go straight to INT. We also have the new skill Alchemy. Now, guys, if you guys don't know what this is actually really neat. When a skill stock is at 0, consume MP to use the skill. So any skill is going to cost an abundance of MP. Of course, the higher you go on the skill, which S1 is going to be like really, really low, and then S2 is going to be a little bit higher on the MP cost, and then S3 is very big on the MP cost, but you gain so much back, so it's really rewarding. We have State Alchemist, MP consumed by alchemy is -20, so even that's going to help you in the long run as well, guys. Like I said, this kid is so good. It's so good. Flames of Revenge when attacking an enemy's fire weakness. Damage +20 if an ally is incapacitated. Fire damage +30. Like, you know what? Honestly, I'm thinking about it and I'm kind of like, does he really need all these buffs? These extra little buffs? Probably not. Probably not. So, like, I would probably run, like, from 0. Because he doesn't have the greatest defense. From 0 is really, really good because when they do, it acts like Awaken, which is good. If he takes lethal damage, and MP goes, well, this is a little different. So MP goes to 0, which we're aware of, that his MP does go to 0. But since he gains it back so fast, you won't even know it's missing, right? But at the cost of that 0 MP, you greatly recover HP. For 10 seconds, you get a +50% damage taken per wave, once per wave. That's gonna help you, really, really good. If especially like an end boss is, he knocks you through a magic attack, you awaken really quickly. It's gonna make sure that you keep alive through that entire, like, I guess, magic attack in general. And I have seen him drop because of stuff like that, especially like Dark Abyss or other, like long, what is it, like Dark Abyss has like a kind of like a long time for it to run. And there has been an instance where I will die, get awakened, and then die again right after because it's just too much damage. So that 50% is gonna, be really beneficial. So like I said, building this guy is based on what you're fighting, and it's gonna help you out tremendously. Having all this stuff in your arsenal to play around with when it needs to happen. We also have Don't Give Up on the Living. When an ally takes lethal damage, heal that ally for 50%. And then apply his strength and INT buff at 25%. So he's actually going to support your team as well. What doesn't this guy do, guys? Like, really, what doesn't he do, right? It's pretty insane. We have Hawkeye's cover, skills, and special have a low chance to deal very powerful fire extra damage, ultra low chance to instant kill, and excluding bosses in arena. Of course, we don't want to instant kill people in arena. That's just not nice. Then we also have Battle Start, apply 25% to INT and strength. What can't this guy do? People, what is this guy? I just can't, guys. I can't. It's just an insane unit. It really is. All right, so moving on to, I know I did show you my equipment. I showed you this already and I talked about it. But let's kind of go back to this real quick. It's gonna be a long video, whatever. It's over. I'm over it. So like I said, you can do this like a staff, and you can save sword equipped. I'm using, it really just doesn't matter at this point. You can use any fire-based weapon, whatever you have. But I do recommend running Tricilla if you do have it, just to make sure, just to cover your bases on that. Now for this guy right here, this is my farming little guy right here, along with Great War of Ruin, which does drop items as well. This can be altered and changed with Ring of Wisdom, which is going to revive you upon death. It's a great little tool that you get from Great War of Ruin as an AUR. Hail, Sovereign's Ring. This is going to give you an increase of damage cap. I mean, guys, there's so many accessories in this game these days. Have fun with it. Look at what best works for your build and run with it. Kind of learn how you want to build them between matches and stuff like that. Like I have set this guy in my head. I can flip him up and down on the fly. It's no problem. It's not annoying at all. It just takes me a couple of seconds to go ahead and equip everything. Of course, you will have to like go in and out of the system until they update that for us to where it's all party based and not character based, where you have to like constantly do this, right? Hopefully that's coming in the future. That would actually really, really benefit us. Now we're gonna go ahead and kind of talk about kind of showcase him. All right, guys, now moving on to the actual showcase of him. Like I said, this is going to be my INT build, and I am running, there's two ways to run him that I do. So I either run him with the Great War of Ruin, which is going to be a UR arc. Now this is pretty rare to get, but if you guys do have it, this is what I'm currently using. Also, I do like this because it does have Godslayer effect in case that I needed to use that, which in this case, this little fight does have some gods in it. We also have God minus 20% for God damage, but the main thing is for farming, is that once in per quest, in Quest, the item drop rate for enemies is 1.5. So that's going to help you drop enemies along with the Thief Bangle. So this is actually a great way of farming for MP, because you definitely don't want to take Yaj, Shimaru, or Phantom Thief Robin in there. They're a little on the weak side, and you want to benefit your team, guys. You want to help the team out as much as you can, and Roy definitely provides that kind of cover for you guys. So with that said, this is going to be the INT build. We're going to go ahead and launch this real quick. So right off the back, I'm going to go ahead and launch my Great War Ruin to get that Reinforce and Demon Throne, right? So we're going to go ahead and throw that. But first, we're going to lower this bad boy. That was just, I can just hear it through my microphone, or my earphones. We'll go ahead and lower that a little bit so nobody's here. All right, guys, so we have Reinforce now, and we have Demon Throne. And since we are running... As you can see, he's a nuker. So he constantly has his HP up because of a regeneration and Proud Force. So guys, he just nukes. As you can see, everything's just activating constantly with him. If they're weak to fire, they are going to get more damage cap. But as long as this stays up, now if you wanted to, what's so good about this arc too for me is that I could actually waste this, and it actually keeps it for a second round. So that's why I do like running this. There is one other method I run. I love that. So satisfying. It's going to be the Kagasuchi arc. Now with Kagasuchi, you're going to get a plus 3k cap on the unit itself, and we'll demonstrate that with the STR build. Since we're doing the INT, we're just going to go ahead and stick with the INT for right now. So as you can see, it's very hard to keep any kind of demonstration really going because it's just how ridiculously strong he is. The man's insane, okay? But you definitely want to take advantage of Alchemy. I know it's showing me that I'm getting my skills back, but Alchemy is going to let us provide a higher damage cap, right? So as you can see, higher damage cap all the way around for me using just Alchemy, but I instantly get my skills back because I'm recovering SC based on per kill. Same thing with Goddess Kiss and MP recovery. It's just insane what he can do, right? So we saw the damage caps there on INT. Now we're going to go ahead and move to the STR version of him. Alright guys, so moving on to the STR version of him. So before I do this, I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate what I'm running. So I'm going to be running Godblade, Covert Tracilla. We're going to be running this Sovereign's Ring and then the Roy Gloves. Now not much has changed here, right? But as far as the skill list, this is what I mean by this STR build. Not much you can do. It's attack 2, 4, and max. I haven't stacked them all up, but as you can see, I'm not able to do much more with what I'm already currently building. Everything, I could change this stuff to, like I said, I always keep that extra 8 just in case I need a Slayer. These guys, I believe, are just say creatures. I don't remember. There's a bunch of them in there. But the next thing I do also, because I'm using SCR build. Now when I say an SCR build, I mean like I want the highest damage cast possible. I want strength to go up through the roof. So I'm going to go ahead and run Kagasuchi, which is going to help me. For those who don't know what Kagasuchi is when physically attacking, attack crit rate and damage as unit HP drops. Ugh, mouthful. Crit rate is plus 10% max, damage plus 60% max. Continuous Brave effect, which is going to be really good. Like I said, strength. When close to death, activate Grand Brave, fire attack damage plus 3k. So this is all going to be really, really good stuff. Like I said, straight up SCR build. But I'm only demonstrating this because this is what he can do based on, high damage caps. And also if somebody doesn't have all the INT stuff, you can build them hybrid with a mix of INT and strength. And watch as we still hit those caps, guys, but even higher caps because of the all the accessories that I am running on him, along with a 3k cap on the arc. And that's why I wanted to point out that this guy is just the most, I'm having so much fun building this character. Alchemy here is going to give me that increase, 26, 28, as you can see those numbers there just climbing because of a lot of stuff that he has on his build. Like I said, he's going to get, I think it's 400 or 200, it's 100 cap based on kills, so he's just going to constantly climb. So like I said, guys, if you have the strength, build him the strength. If you have the INT, build him the INT. Do whatever you guys have in your kit. You guys should have no problems with this. It's hard to keep stuff alive with Roy. It really is. One of these attacks will kill everything. Either way. All right, so here we go. Just, yeah, 28,199. We can actually get that higher with other. If we had like Maddie with us, we can get it even higher. If we had Balin, we can get it even higher than that, guys. Depending on what unit you bring in with them, you could just have a blast with this damage cap. Alright guys, so that's actually all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video with the little knowledge I provided today. Like I said, he's not too much of a complicated character. I just thought I'd make this video just to kind of show you guys like what he's capable of. If you're having trouble building him, I hope this is kind of a reference to you guys to kind of, you know, point you guys in the right direction. Of course, these are my opinions. Some things that I can say could be wrong, and of course throw them in the comments below if it's wrong, if something I said is wrong. You know, sometimes I make these videos and, you know, stuff gets twisted when I'm talking. So if I say anything wrong or you disagree with something, go ahead and put in the comments, and I'll look it over and kind of like, oh yeah, I guess you're right, man. Or I didn't know that. I'll simply say I didn't know that. Right? Everybody makes mistakes. So guys, thank you for watching the video. Tune into the next one. I think I'm gonna be doing Ed next. Watch out for that one. He's gonna be fun as hell. But you guys have a great night. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.